Today we are going to talk about credit score.
Be about credit score. So what is a credit score?
Tell me, will you stay or will you walk? Yeah. Always have my eye on you like I'm a hawk. And sometimes I would think you would bring me luck.
Welcome to the Easy For You channel. So today's video is gonna be about credit score.
I've been sitting there talking about it for a while, and we was wondering if it would be a good thing. And we feel like we have to educate you guys because there's not a whole lot of people that know about credit scores or how to build them. So what we're gonna do today is we're going to not only share with you guys our tips how to build, we're actually going to show you guys our personal credit scores and show you guys what we did to build our credit. A credit score is pretty much a reflection of your credit history, of how many times you paid the party back, the other party that loaned you money back, or have you ever made a payment late, or how many people have you borrowed from. You know, that is a reflection of pretty much all of that in one sitting.
Basically, a credit score is a summary to let the lender know what kind of a borrower you are. So how the credit bureau gives you your credit score is based on the information they have of you on file. So you need to make sure that the information that they have is up to date.
Alright, now that you guys have a better understanding of what a credit score is, I'm going to show you guys my credit score. My credit score is a 70/70 TransUnion and a 771 Equifax. Now, what is the difference between a TransUnion and an Equifax? There's really no difference. They're just different credit report bureaus. Then they're pretty much just different companies that is reporting the same thing. Now, why do they have different numbers? It's because they vary with different data and different information. But all in all, they are there to pretty much let you know where you stand as far as your credit score goes.
I'm more familiar with the TransUnion one because that's the one that my bank uses. So every time I go on my bank app, I'm able to access this, so it's easily accessible. So it's right underneath my fingertips. My credit score sits at 835, which is in the excellent range. So I want to show you the different ranges. So the red one is in the poor. So it's if you're in 300 to 692. And the fair, if you're 693 to 742. The good, if you're 743 to 789. Very good, if you're 790 to 832. And excellent, if you're 833 to 900. So I just made it in the excellent one. So I'm going to show you my credit score history. So you could see 6 months ago, I was at 789. March, I was at 835. In April, 835. In June, 811, and then it went back up June 30 to 835. So each month it tells you what your credit score is, and also it's free. So if you don't have, if your bank is not associated with those credit bureau, you could go online and you could fill out an application and they'll send you your credit score either electronic or by mail. And also you could try to call them. I'm not sure if they're gonna give you this information through the phone, but you could try. So you might wonder why June 1st my credit score was at 811. I was wondering the same thing when I saw it. So according to Google, it could mean that I used 30% of my credit or fraud. So I'm gonna go with, I used 30% of my credit card because it went back up June 30th.
Now, how do I build my credit? I pretty much take it upon myself to get a new credit card about every year. Because every time you get a credit card, you have a contract, sort of like this, which states that you have 0% APR, which I'll talk about what APR is in a second, and you have 0% APR for 12 months or 12 plus months, and I would get that and pay back my balance of whatever I spend before the 12 months are up. So that way I won't have to pay back money with interest. Now, what is APR? APR is annual percentage rate. All right. Now, the annual percentage rate is your interest. What is interest? Interest is the money you pay on top of the money you borrowed. All right. I know what I just said sounds weird. Like, why am I paying back more than what I borrowed? It's because that's how credit card companies and banks work. They want to make money off of you. I don't want banks to make money off of me. I don't want people to make money off of me. You know, so that's pretty much how I do it. I pretty much say, hey, I'm gonna just pay you back what I used before you try to charge me with interest. So when it sits there and says 0% APR for 12 months, I am paying back that balance before they can say, hey, your 12 months are up. You have to pay us with interest. Now, another thing I would advise everyone to do is to never spend over 30% of your credit line. So if a credit card company says, here, we'll give you a credit card of $10,000, you better not spend more than $3,000 on it. I'm serious. That will hurt you more than help you in the long run. So do not spend more than 30% of than what they are giving you. Please don't do it. Because I can't tell you how many times I've heard people using more than 30% and they're sitting there confused on why their credit score went down like 5 or 6 points. That's why. Another thing is, and this is like a two-part thing, is make your payments on time. Also, pay more than your minimum payment. So if they saying, hey, your money is due the 10th of every month, you pay that either before the 10th or right on the 10th, but make sure you pay that every month on time. Don't be like, oh, I forgot to pay my credit card and pay it the next day. Usually they'll give you leeway, like, oh, you have like 30 days before it's a late fee, but you never want to be in that position, so just pay it early. And then as far as paying more than the minimum payment, credit cards usually tend to say you got a minimum $25 payment per month. You always want to pay more than that. So if they tell you, hey, pay $25 a month, pay $50 a month. Not only because it's like an easier number to work with, but also it's paying off your balance faster. You know, it's a lot easier to pay it early and pay it more, so that way you get rid of that debt quicker.
So now I want to tell you how I got my credit score to this level. So I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what I've done that helped me get to this level. So there's two things that helped me, and I'm pretty sure you guys heard it. So the number one is make sure you pay for everything on time, because you don't want to end up paying for interest and you could dig yourself a deep hole real quick. So yes, because out of curiosity, I went to see what my interest is on my credit cards, because I have two credit cards. One of them is like 19 something percent. The other one is like 20%. So imagine. So we don't want to be deep in the hole. And the second thing that I've done was basically, if I'm not sure or if I don't know, I will be able, especially correlating to credit card, if I know I'm not going to be able to pay it off, and I know I'm not going to be, or I know I'm not going to be able to pay it off, don't use it unless for obvious reason it's for an emergency and etc. So disclaimer, in no shape or form we're bragging about our credit score. We just wanted to show you our credit score and to show you how we got to the scores that we have right now. Because in my opinion, I wouldn't listen or take advice from someone that their credit score was in the red. That's just my opinion.
And credit is very important because you're going to need credit to get a car, get a house, get a boat, and even to start a business. You'll need credit throughout your entire life. So it's best for you guys to learn what it is, how do you build it, and how do you keep it from going down.
if you have a bad credit score, I'm not saying that you can't get like a car, a house, and all of those stuff. It's just you're gonna need to work a little bit harder. What I mean by that is that if you want to get a brand new car, you're gonna need a cosign just in case you're not able to pay it off. The person that co-signed, that was your co-signer, is basically responsible to pay it off. And for a house, your interest will be higher than somebody that the credit score is better, because basically what the bank is scared of, if you're not able to pay it off, at least they accumulate a little bit of extra from the higher interest that they gave you. Well, this is it for this video. I hope you guys like and subscribe. And if I ain't got you and you ain't got me, then life would be easy for you. Bye.
Tell me, will you stay or will you walk? Always have my eye on you like I'm a hawk. And sometimes I